Hello students, welcome to the lecture. In this lecture we are going to discuss the Werner works and theory. In 1893, Alfred Werner in 1893 first prepared coordination compound. He prepared and characterized hundreds of coordination compound. For his excellent and classic work, in 1913 he got Nobel Prize. Now this theory is referred to as Werner's coordination theory, and this Werner's coordination theory is basis of all coordination theories. So let's discuss the assumptions of Werner's coordination theory. So let's discuss assumptions of Werner's coordination theory. So the first assumptions of Werner's coordination theory is that the metal atom or ion, exhibit two types of valencies. Primary valencies and secondary valency. Secondary valency. In that, primary valency is ionizable, whereas secondary valency is non-ionizable. So in that, the primary valency, you can write here, primary valency is ionizable, whereas secondary valency is non-ionizable. Now consider this is an examined cobalt third chloride complex. In that, the ammonia molecule is ligand and it will attach to the central metal atom. So there are 6 ammonia molecules are attached to the central metal atom. So it is a coordination number, means it is a secondary valency, and the 3 chlorine atoms are the oxidation state. These are the primary valency of the compound. So the second assumption is that primary valency is always satisfied by negative ions only, whereas secondary valency satisfied by positive or negative or neutral molecules, positive or negative ions. The third assumption is that every metal atom possesses a fixed number of coordination number. Every metal ion possesses a fixed number of secondary valency known as coordination number, which must be satisfied by satisfied by ligand during complex formation. During complex formation. Now, the fourth assumption is that the primary valency is non-directional whereas secondary valency is directed in a space. In such a way that molecule gives rise to specific structure which is responsible for phenomena of isomerism, which is responsible for phenomena of isomerism. Now, the fifth assumption is that the combining power of metal is divided into two spheres of attraction, inner coordination sphere and outer, that is a ionization sphere. So the fifth assumption is that the combining power of metal is divided into two spheres of attraction, inner coordination sphere and outer, that is ionization sphere. So these are the general assumptions of Werner's theory. On the basis of structure and properties of coordination compound can be explained, Werner studied a series of cobalt amine complexes in order to describe these assumptions and formulated them and supported with some help of chemical data. The phenomenon of isomerism in complexes suggested by Werner is the most important characteristics of the coordination complexes. So let's discuss the old formula which is overcome by the new or the Werner's formula. So let's discuss. This is the old formula and this is a new formula, that is a Werner's formula. Now if you observe that here there is no any designation of primary and secondary valency sphere, where Werner suitably put up the square or assign the groups in first and second sphere, that is ammonia. 6 neutral ammonia molecules are secondary valencies and here chlorines are primary valencies of respective in all ligands, and they are suitably designed in that manner. Whereas to support his idea, Werner treated a cold solutions of series of cobalt amine complexes, these coordination complexes with excess of silver nitrate solution. Silver chloride precipitate were obtained. So for the first compound, that is a hexaamine chloro third chloride compound, 3 replaceable chlorine ions are observed, where for second complex there is a 2 replaceable chlorine ions are observed, and for third complex there is a one replaceable chlorine ion observed, whereas for fourth complex there is a no any replaceable chlorine atom are observed. Why this is? Because there is a no any so there is no any free chlorine ions to replace with the AgNO3 solution, because 3 ammonia molecules and 3 chlorine, total 6 here, 3 chlorine molecules and 3 ammonia molecules are also act as a secondary valency here. So there is no irreplaceable chlorine ion with exchange with the AgNO3 solutions. To support his idea, data, Werner proposed that in this first compound, that is a hexaamine cobalt chloride compound, the ammonia molecule is secondary valency which is non-ionizable, and chlorine is a primary valency which is ionizable. Means that in this compound the ammonia is in hexaamine cobalt chloride complex, 6 ammonia molecules act as a secondary valency, whereas 3 chlorine molecules are a primary valency. Means that in this complex the 6 neutral ammonia molecules are satisfied by the secondary valency and 3 chlorines are satisfied by the primary valency. To deduce his structure, now the question is that how assign the group? Means that to deduce this structure, he draw some structures of these respective complexes. Let's discuss that structure. Bonded by secondary valency are enclosed in first coordination pair, whereas the group bonded by primary valency are enclosed in second coordination pair. So on the basis of this structure, the formula of the complexes can be drawn as like here. So let's draw the structure of the formula of these complexes. So here cobalt is a center metal atom which is ligated by 6 neutral ammonia molecules here. So here 3 neutral ammonia molecules. This is 6 ammonia molecules. What about the chlorine? 3 chloride ions are present in this complex which is act as a primary valency, which is known as an oxidation number. So this chlorine can be written as like that. Now what about that? Here also cobalt is a central metal atom, is attached with this 5 ammonia molecules. Here there is a one chlorine is first coordination pair for balancing the coordination number of cobalt, that is, so that's why we are taking the double line here, and for 2 chlorine atoms, here 2 chlorine atoms are present. So for 2 chlorine atoms here, the 2 chlorine atoms we can write as like. So these are the structure for this formula. Now what about the next? Here again cobalt is a center metal atom which is surrounded by 4 ammonia molecules and 2 chlorine molecules. So here that is there is an insertion of 2 chlorine in first coordination pair as a, we know that the first pair is a, in first pair there is a coordination number, means the secondary valency is assigned. So here, and the chlorine, we have to write this chlorine as like. So here the group may be assigned as like. Then fourth number, that is there is a 3 ammonia molecules and 3 chlorine, and there is no any chlorine replaceable chlorine. So in that structure we can write as like, we have to reduce the number of ammonia here, and we have to write or assign the chlorine are the formula suggested by Werner. There is no irreplaceable chlorine ion, so that's why we are not assigning the second coordination sphere. Means that the primary valency that is oxidation number is not here. So that's why we are taking just that type of structure regarding with this formula. So these are the structures assigned by the Werners on the basis of this formula. Now what about the assigning of groups? How he deduced that the in first sphere that is a coordination number means secondary valency are assigned, and in second coordination sphere how the primary valency are assigned. For assigning these groups in coordination sphere, here also treated these complexes or taking some tests like physical and chemical test. In physical test, he assigned the molar conductance of that complexes, and in chemical test, he again treated this solution with the AgNO3 solutions. So from these two tests, that is from physical test and from chemical test, he assigned the groups in first and second coordination sphere. So let's discuss first the physical test of that complexes by measuring the molar conductance of that respective complexes. So let's discuss. So this is a molar conductivity data of the cobalt-amine complexes. In that we are going to discuss the molar conductivity of these four complexes of cobalt-amine complexes. So the first one, that is a hexaamine cobalt chloride complex. In that, the molar conductance data observed for these complexes, that is a 432, that is ohm per inverse centimeter square mole per inverse, and the number of ions is possible we will discuss later on. Firstly, we have to just write this molar conductance data for second complex also. For third one, that is tetraamine dichlorocobalt complex here, and for fourth complex, that is triamine trichlorocobalt complex, and the molar conductance data for second complex is 246, for third complex that is 98, and for fourth there is no any molar conductance value for the fourth complex. And the number of replaceable ions for first complex, that is 4. How 4? The 3 molecules of chlorine and 1 molecules of complex ions means total number of ions here, that is a 4. So 4 number of ions are responsible for first complex, and for second complex there are 3 number of ions replaceable, 2 numbers of chlorine and 1 number of complex ion. Here also there is a 2 number of complex ions are responsible, that is a 1 chlorine and 1 complex ion. Here there is only 1 number of ions responsible, because here there is no any chlorine atom in second sphere or in outer sphere. So here these are the data of molar conductivity of these different complexes of cobalt-amine complexes. That is here, if you observe that as per the number of ions decreases, conductivity of molar conductivity data of these complexes also decreases. From this we can conclude that as per the ions decreases, number of ions decreases, the molar conductivity value of that respective ions is also decreases. This is because there is a less movement, less number of ions. That means that there is a less movement or less mobility of the ions. So less solution conductivity is less. So that's the number of ions decreases. Solution conductivity is also decreases. Now, from this is a molar conductivity data. What is about the chemical test? Now, the further test or the further supportation is by the AgNO3 test, means the chemical test. Werner treated this series of cobalt-amine complexes with the AgNO3 test. So from this test, he concluded that for the first complex ion, We have to also write here the number of chlorine ions replaced. So from chemical test he proposed that for the first complex there are 3 chlorine ions are responsible, means there are three chlorine ions are replaced by the AgNO3 test. We know that when these complexes are treated with serially AgNO3 solution, then there will be precipitate of AgCl solution. Here there are three number of chlorine ions are replaced for first complex. Here there are 2 number of chlorine ions are replaced for second, and here there are only 1 number of chlorine ion are replaced and fourth complex. If you observe that in that complex there is no any chlorine ion replaceable, because there is no any chlorine present in outer sphere also, so that's why there is no any chlorine ion replaceable. So the number of chlorine ion replaceables is 0 for the fourth complex. From this data he concluded that as per the chlorine ions decreases, means that chlorine is a primary valency, whereas ammonia is a secondary valency, which is a non-ionizable, and primary valency is ionizable, means that it can easily replaceable with the AgNO3 test. So this is the physical test and the chemical test. From the physical and chemical test, Werner supported that the ammonia is a secondary valency which is satisfied by 6 ammonia molecules, whereas chlorine is a primary valency which is satisfied by 3 chlorine ions, means that he proposed or formulated the formulae of these complexes is very well supported by this molar conductance data as well as this AgNO3 test, means that this is a chemical test by the Werner, and the positions or assigning the groups in this particular coordination sphere is designated by Werner is correct. So from this data he proposed that, or whatever he deduced, that the assumptions of primary and secondary valencies, the assigning the groups in first and second coordination sphere, the structural formulae of cobaltamine complexes, whatever he draw, from this all conclusion, from this all data, it was concluded that the formulation suggested by Werner is correct and it is supported by this physical and chemical test. In physical test, we discuss the molar conductivity of the cobaltamine complex series, and in chemical test, in which is this all cobaltamine complexes is treated with the AgNO3 solution, we get an AgCl precipitate, and from the number of chlorine ions replaceable, whatever the number of chlorine ions are replaceable, from that data we can conclude that the 6 ammonia is a secondary valency and chlorine is a primary valency. So the formulation, whatever the formulation given by the Werner is supported by the physical and chemical test. So we will stop here. In next lecture we are going to discuss the Werner's theory part 2, in that we will discuss the isomerism in coordination complexes. Thank you.